Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we've got a few economic issues here to be sure, and we're working on getting Kagaton. We're going to need a lot of food, but we're also in a bit of an energy credit situation here. So for the moment, we know that we have access, or will have access, to 2, 4, 8, and then 13 energy credits just from stations being built here that are just going to happen. Right, so that's fine. I'm going to sell off some minerals here. We're going to buy in a few, actually, maybe a little more food than that. Something like this. I wouldn't mind buying some alloys. We're going to need it for colonization out over here. We know that we're going to need, I think, 200 for that. So let's do this as well, and then we'll sell off a few additional minerals just to keep that a little bit more afloat. The ISF Zof Luar crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the UNIS system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation, to be precise, and one that Science Officer Obi-Wan cannot seem to get out of their head. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside of our galaxy. Curious. So we're not currently colonizing Bayam 4, right? In fact, we've not even claimed Bayam 4 yet. We should probably head up here next, although we're short on influence for an additional claim. But I would like to get a colony going there. We're not going to do this archaeological site until we have some more powerful military, that's for sure. I would like to be building up our military fleet, but for the moment, I think that we absolutely need to be focused on colonization. By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this planet. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Well, we'll definitely check. So we're certainly falling a bit behind on our orbital station construction here. Building only one every 3 months for free is kind of slow. No doubt about that, but we'll get caught up on that eventually. I'm not concerned about that. We'll get there. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in high orbit over Coder 7. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet, and maybe a fighter pilot that ejected from some ancient battle, only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. A tragic fate. Indeed. So, it's going to be interesting to find out what these guys are. Of course, we know about the Ganlarev Star Corps. I guess Corp, not Core. We're going to be surveying up over this way. We do have a tradition available here, and we're going to be grabbing, I think, MindLink. Although Databank Uplinks is really good. We're going to do that. Can we get away with running research subsidies right now? Let's see, 70. Upkeep is going to be... Yeah, we could run this. It'll cost us in the energy credits. That's going to be a little painful here. But we can definitely get away with running that. We'll see what happens with the energy credits for now. We do need to get Kagaton colonized. And actually, this is cheaper than I expected it to be. I think that's been reduced somewhat. Excellent. We probably have a tradition modifier. Let's see. Supremacy, discovery... Maybe we had a tech modifier on that, or maybe it's just cheaper for that planet. I don't know. We can check in over here, but we can't colonize that, of course. So we have the resources now to grab this starbase, and we're going to do exactly that. So that's great. We're going to need to colonize Bayam 4 as soon as we can.
We have surveyed the system.
That's going to be rather high priority. This is an alpine world down this way. A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. Well, we'll take a look at that as well. So this is reasonable resources for us here.
Construction is complete.
We probably want to go grab ASUM for our next, but we're a little low on influence. We've concluded our study of the G aliens we recently captured. The hostages proved unwilling to cooperate with us, but this became a moot point as we began to cut them open. We now know much about the internal functions of their stomachs, ears, paws, and other body parts, giving our genetics research drones valuable xenobiological data. Bit of a Freudian slip there with the vial, I guess. Driven to terror by the cruelty of our actions, a handful of the aliens, who we now know to be Othari, cooperated with us as we sought to translate their language and access their computer systems. As a result, we now have considerable intelligence we're able to deploy against them, should the need arise. So we're going to gain 29 influence here, and we're going to end the first contact procedure. They're not going to be very happy with us, but we do gain research options on hydroponics farming.
The others reach out to make contact with our mind.
We wish you no harm, bees, but know that we do not look kindly upon our kind being subjected to unspeakable atrocities on your operating tables. You've already earned our eternal displeasure. Do not push us further. As one, we will destroy you. Our theoretical models have long suggested the existence of other intelligent aliens in the galaxy. This theory has now been confirmed. We met these guys. Okay, they are different. And different isn't good, right? Definitely not for a hive mind. Okay. So, yeah, as expected on that border. That's fine. No major concern there. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Markov 3 at some point during the previous 1,000 years, in what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the planet in the vicinity of the impact crater. Cool, so +3 minerals there. Sounds good. So we'll continue to survey and continue to grab territories here, and get these orbital locations built. Very slowly, I might add. We do need housing on Nashira Prime, and actually that makes sense. We should get one hive district on each of these worlds that we've made. I forgot about that. That is definitely something that we do. Cool. We're about to run out of food, and running out of food is not great, right? So we're definitely going to work on that. And currently maintenance drone jobs here, huh? Okay, I want to make sure that... Yeah, I want to prioritize the agri-drone jobs right now on this particular world. So that should help out our food production quite a lot. Yeah, much better. Much, much better. Phenomenal. So that looks good. Our construction ship is currently just chilling, but we've detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the Stellaris system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our science drones speculate may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds, if it could somehow be stabilized. Also, we found this. A weak but insistent signal transmits on repeat in the Ocellus system. The ISF Zofluar has pinpointed its source to emanating from within the mouth of a destabilized subspace rift at the system's edge. What could be on the other side? Perhaps we'll find out. Indeed, perhaps we will. Okay, so I would definitely like to build in ASUM here, and we're going to do exactly that. The real question here is, oh, hi, strange emissions. Unexpected emissions are coming from the underground caves on Betelgeuse 4. Could this be a signal of some sort? Possibly. And we're going to look into that. I do want to get this world colonized eventually. It's going to be fairly expensive, though. That's a high priority at this point. Food from agri-drones, absolutely. I mean, we're doing okay on food right now, but I would definitely like to boost that up a bit. So that looks good. We're going to grab ASUM here, and then from there, we likely are going to head up here. We know there's competition up this way. We don't know if there's competition out here. There likely is, but we don't know.
We have surveyed the system.
So we're going to continue to survey out this direction, and until we know more, we're going to head up this way for now.
Technology conceived.
Efforts to map the surface of this planet have identified a strange mountain range in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Look into it. Afterburners are now done, and that of course means that we can grab, say, ceramo metal armor here. That seems good. We can also go into our ship designer and go to our corvettes and upgrade our reactor booster to afterburners. Phenomenal. So, did they change the way that this evasion works? 64.5. Corvette plus 60, afterburners plus 5, excess power plus 2%. Interesting. I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye on that. If that's changed, that's going to dramatically change how we comprise our fleets. We'll see.
A new nest is born.
Ah, these guys rivaled us. Perfect. We'll rival them back. They are currently overwhelming to us. We will deal with that. We're going to declare rivalry here. And for the moment, our top priority does really have to be colonization here. So we're lacking a little bit to make that happen. I'm going to buy in 100 food. And then we're going to wait for this month tick. And then we're going to get Bayam colonizing. Fungal emitters. Below the surface of Betelgeuse 4 lives a most peculiar organism. Scans and samples show that it's some sort of mycelium littered with spores. Compared to the traditional size of spores on our homeworld, these are massive. Their surface is a shimmering kaleidoscope, and the hues seem to change based on their surroundings. The strangest thing about them is that they seem to form a network capable of generating what the science crew believes could be a signal. The current emissions are very weak, but with some effort, it might be possible to find out where they lead. So, yeah, do it. We'll do the fungal trade.
Situation log is updated.
Okay, so we want to check this. Where is this at? We've got some up in Betelgeuse. Okay, go ahead and research that right now. And that's actually it. Okay, looks good. So that's fine. I do want to get this upgrading as a starport, but we have a lot of, like, draw on our alloys right now, right? That's for sure. We want to get this colony ship going first. That is top priority. Our science drones have discovered something rather monstrous. The mountain range they scanned earlier was actually the outer membrane of a gigantic egg. It's uncertain what behemoth could lay such an egg, and what horror would hatch from it. So we could study it from afar. That's probably going to be the long-term better option with how early we are in the game. So we'll do that for right now, and this fleet should get upgraded. Which we'll do.
Our swarms is strengthened.
Perfect. So with that done, now I do want to definitely get an upgrade going here. And up here in Coder, we also want to build a starbase. Like I said, we're getting pulled a lot of directions with our alloys right now. Atmospheric readings from Runa 3 do not match simulated projections, and we're going to research that. So, this one is going down to Kagaton. We have Bayam under control at this point. We need 11 alloys for this starbase, which is what we get per month. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near Tunari Vortex. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of unknown design. Unlike the previous structure, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that has been designated the L Cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it's been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L Cluster will remain beyond our reach. Indeed. Where is it? Up here. Got it. Okay, that's good to know. We are going to build a starbase in Coder. We're back to negative in energy credits, but we do have a fair number of them that we're going to be able to get soon enough. So I'm not super duper concerned about that. Okay. We're evading hostile fleets up here. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Ciabaulia system, we'll go with. We should find out whether they're capable of communicating with us. Indeed, they are the Rho aliens, and we're going to assign this guy to doing that. What are they? Space amoebas. Okay. We don't really care about that then. Immense ragged planes of shadow drift across Runa 3's face. They're cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material, drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged, or rather jointed, to allow for a small degree of articulation. Science Officer Oberleut is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. Excellent. So +4 society research there, seems good. We do need to start hitting some borders up this way soon enough. Efforts to map the surface of this moon have identified a strange mountain range in the southern hemisphere that was not formed naturally. Okay. So this is not actually doing anything at this moment. I want to put it back onto automatic surveying. There we go. And up here in Coder, we are done constructing here. We want to grab Markob, definitely. And then grab Beetlejuice. After we're done in Beetlejuice here...
Our special project is complete.
Tracking the signal emitted by the mycelium proved to be a tricky business. Our puzzle scientist finally managed by using mushrooms to peer into additional dimensions. Lots of scare quotes there. Okay, details are scarce about what this entails, but in any case, the operation was a success and has pointed us towards a direction. I'm sure that's very successful. So that's over here in Orval. Okay, so we're just going to survey Beetlejuice, and then we're going to come up here. Is the path I want that to go. Okay, looks good. So our construction ship is chilling until we have enough influence. We don't for the moment. Which does mean that we might end up getting enough alloys to get this starport upgrade. That'd be very good. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Erich system. We should find out whether they're capable of communicating with us. Indeed. Where are they? That's these guys? I don't actually see anything here. Okay, so we don't know what that is. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Runa 3A have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Runa 3A could have supported life on that scale at any point in the moon's history. Science Officer Oberliut has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery.
Our situation log is updated.
Okay, so we finished up automated exploration protocols, and from here, we're having a bit of an energy credit issue. Let's grab field modulation. Looks good. Now, I do want to get us that first contact going on, MEM aliens here. So we're going to move our spy network envoy here, and we're going to get to work on that. Cool. We're going to be able to construct Markob next month, so that's fine. There we go. We'll get that going. And getting some alloys would be absolutely great. We're already getting dark matter, which is really nice. We're getting exotic gases as well. We can't start to sell anything other than the rare crystals that we have, but we can sell those off for now. The surface of this asteroid is littered with metallic debris. Most of it appears to originate from starships of many different designs. Well, we'll definitely look into that. So we're going to be finishing up our Markab starbase here shortly. Upon entering Ciabuelia, our scientists picked up strange readings. Dismissed at first as glorified asteroids, things quickly changed when it was discovered that these entities reacted aggressively to movement in space, even at great distance. Observation of these entities, preferably from a safe distance, is advised. Okay, well, we'll continue to look into that.
Our construction is complete.
We've made first contact with aliens in the Mechas. Actually, in the Mechas system. That's our capital. Okay, they're the Sigma aliens. I don't see any aliens here. Okay, I don't know what those are, but we will definitely need to deal with them eventually. So Markob is now done. We need to move on into Beetlejuice and try to cut these guys off as much as we can. That'll be the goal here. Yeah, those are those mining drones. So Beetlejuice is now done. We'll have to wait until our influence is there. This asteroid was evidently used as a junkyard by someone at some point in the distant past. All manner of discarded machinery and metallic refuse has been deposited inside the asteroid's weak gravity well, being slowly pulled into the jumble of debris that now covers the surface. There's nothing of particular value to be found here, but a lot of the metal could be salvaged by a mining station. We should recycle what we can. So, our worlds currently are not particularly well set up for alloy production. We need to decide on one and just be like, this is an alloy world. And I'm leaning towards this one. For now, what we need to do, I'm going to put in an industrial district rather than a hive district, but we're still going to put in a spawning pool and a synaptic node. And we're going to do that before the industrial district. Now, discovery, we can definitely grab MindLink. Getting an extra research alternative would be pretty good. We are negative in our energy credits right now. We're working on tech on that, and we have a few energy credits on the map that we can still get. We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this moon. Well, we'll look at that. And we'll grab Betelgeuse as soon as we have the influence for it. We're missing 30 right now, which means we're 6 months away. So that's fine for the moment. We are definitely filling all of these up. That's great. Our language drones are becoming increasingly frustrated at our failure to provide them with sufficient material to make progress on decoding the language used by the MEM aliens. It seems that these particular aliens are doing their utmost to prevent their signals from being heard by the wrong tympana. Okay, well, that's not good. That's very rude of them. A microsingularity recently intersected Erich 4A, passing straight through the core and emerging on the other side of the moon. The encounter does not seem to have caused any permanent damage, but it has altered the energy output of the planetary core slightly in a way that defies our current scientific models. Further study may be warranted. Okay, so we get some physics research out of that. Cool. And we're, of course, settling Bayum here. I do want to change this designation at this point over to a Forge world, so that'll be fine. Nashira Prime is, I think that's a decent mining world. I don't have a problem with that. Our detailed survey of Erich 3 has revealed that although it's currently unsuitable for life due to the noxious gases present in its atmosphere, it is capable of sustaining a breathable atmosphere. Through a concerted effort, we may be able to break the planet's toxins down into less lethal compounds. Terraforming this planet would theoretically be possible, but we don't yet possess the means to accomplish this monumental task within a reasonable time frame. Okay, cool. So are we going to grab the Detox Ascension perk? I kind of feel like we probably aren't. It's a good Ascension perk. Don't get me wrong, that's a solid one. But we're probably not going to do that. Initial analysis of the asteroid's composition points towards potentially interesting finds, and we'll definitely check into that. Now we can build up in Betelgeuse, and we're going to do so. Next, of course, we're going to want to head up here. So that looks good. We are currently limited entirely based on influence on how quickly we can spread. Our detailed survey of Oxcleary 3 has revealed that it may once have supported life in the distant past. There are significant deposits of frozen water at the polar ice caps and beneath the planet's surface. The existence of valley networks suggests that the water may once have flowed freely. Terraforming this planet would theoretically be possible, but we don't yet possess the tech. Yes, that is definitely true. So that's all good. These are governance levels from the sector. Right, that's back. Noted. It appears that the asteroid 42590b and the surrounding debris originate from a former planet. Deep within the center of the asteroid, we can find traces of extremely valuable alloys. There are also hints of bacterial life that has now died in the vacuum of space. This shows us that the celestial body once bore the promise of life. Amazing. 3 alloys. Where is this? Okay. Noted. 3 alloys down here is pretty good.
Our construction is complete.
That's definitely pretty good. So we're heading up here to cut off the star core. They're probably going to come down this way next, so I would like to survey out here at this point. No longer a valid rival. Oh, that's probably because they're overwhelming to us militarily. Yeah, probably. And superior to us technologically, too. Hilarious. That's fine. We are working on a... we're working on a long-term plan here. That's fine. So space amoebas, huh?
We sense spaceborne life.
Yeah, we'll get to all this. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are new spaceborne life forms. While significantly larger than a Stinger corvette, these space amoeba herds are minuscule next to our full corpus. Fascinating creatures. So we get 29 influence out of that. That's great. Now we can start up our first contact protocol on the Sigma aliens, now that we have an envoy for that, and we'll get started on that one. Okay, so mining drones down over here. Nothing too bad. We can launch our agenda of military buildup now. Cool. Finding the voice is only active for another 11 days. That's okay. So we're going to be working on, I guess, chart the unknown. Sure, that'll do. So I do want to get this starport upgrading. I'm going to do that now, even though that is going to delay this starbase due to not having the alloys. We're going to sell off a few minerals here, and I'm also going to sell some food. And we're going to use that to buy in 250 alloys. Then we're going to build this starbase. And from here, I would like to continue to pump out... Actually, the science ship isn't doing anything. Why don't you get to work? There you go. I would like to pump out a few extra corvettes as well. So let's hop down to our military fleet here and reinforce that with 2 corvettes. So for now, that'll do. We can grab a trait for something for the scientist. Okay. Archaeology excavation speed. We're not doing archaeology right now, but we might get there. Although we've been unable to discover much about the mysterious vessel in the air system, the most convincing current hypothesis, based upon its behavior and the patterns of the still undecipherable signals we've intercepted from it, is that it belongs to a previously unknown spacefaring civilization. We're redoubling our efforts to translate their language so that communications can be established. We're going to nab some of them for closer investigation. Actually, we can't, because it requires a non-military vessel within sensor range. So we'll just keep at it. That's okay. So there is somebody out over here. That's noted. We need to get borders up here solidified and start expanding out this direction. We'll get there. For the time being, of course, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on buffing up our fleets. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.